keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home.
He was awarded the National Medal of Arts in 2000, and this season, Dividing the Estate had its New York premiere at Primary Stages.
We're in a desperate condition, on the verge of bankruptcy. Do you understand? We owe money to everybody. We could lose our cars, our house.
I'm wondering, first of all, from you, why do you choose to see your show so often?
Because I'm an egomaniac. And part of the delight, which I hadn't realized until the other day, is sitting there and people coming out and saying, I enjoyed it, or, they never say they didn't like it. And it's just a very nice, a small town feeling, let's say.
Horton, my God, I've been a huge fan of his work for years, and I thought, how much better can it get than having a season of Horton Foote here in town?
I mean, I think about Eudora Welty and what she writes about the sense of place and Southern writing, and I think Harrison is such a vivid place in Horton's plays, and it's made vivid to us as artists that have worked on his plays, and vivid to the audiences because the characters and the situations and the stories are so specific.
What his work does is it resonates on, even for New Yorkers, and this environment. You would think Texas at 59th Street, would that resonate? But because the work is so specific and it goes to the stories and the characters, and it resonates in a great way. So I think that's what we look to when we say, oh, we have Horton again.
You know, when I was growing up, I didn't have a library to go to. And God gave me one gift, I think, and that was the love to read. So early on, I had to find ways to get hold of books without a library. My mother and father were very patient with me and knew how much I loved to read, and I started off with the Motor Boys and the Rover Boys and Tom Swift and Miss Minerva and William Greenhill. And then gradually I began to go up to Mark Twain and Willa Cather. And my mother and father allowed me to join at 14 the Book of the Month Club and the Literary Guild. And those days they were much different than today, and they were really set out quality books. And When I left Horton, I wanted to be an actor. And I studied acting, and I took it very seriously, and I thought if I couldn't be a Broadway star by the time I was 20, I'd kill myself. Well, 20 came and I wasn't a Broadway star. I got some jobs, but I won't go into, but finally I began to write. Now, why I bring up the acting is, with all these wonderful actors here tonight, being an actor, in my heart, many ways thinking I'm still an actor, I've learned to appreciate them, and I tell you that none of my works would mean anything without the actors, because I'm deeply grateful to them and all they bring to these works, their love and their devotion, all the wonders that they do.
The nominees for the Best Screenplay based on material from another medium are Eleanor Perry, David and Lisa, Robert Bolt, Lawrence of Arabia, Vladimir Nabokov, Lolita, William Gibson, The Miracle Worker, Horton Foote, To Kill a Mockingbird. The envelope, please. The winner is Horton Foote for To Kill a Mockingbird.
Good evening, everyone. Horton Foote has blessed us all, I do believe. Whether we be performers or members of the audience, we have been touched by him, and we're the better for it. He's a state and national treasure, and as time goes on, I think he may become even more of an international treasure. Could you imagine dividing the estate being done in Russian or Portuguese? It would be very interesting. But wherever Horton goes, we will follow. We'll follow him because we'll be better for it. So 3 cheers to Horton Foote, but most importantly, let's all band together and say, hats off. Thank you.
Well, I was born in Horton, Texas, March 14th, 1916. It was a very typical southern town, a cotton town, and it was a holy place to me. Didn't know in those days I was having experiences that I would try to turn into plays. At 90 years, it's rather comfortable. I don't have the panic that I used to get and think, well, when is it going to happen? You know, there are times I've been very discouraged because I felt in some ways that I was an off-horse, that I had this obsessive interest in the South, or my South, going back to Horton now, and I thought, what would I have done if I had never had this? What would I have done? And a lot of people would say, well, you've been a bloody fool. You know, you don't give yourself to something as chancy as theater. But I never did. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of heaven divine, heir of salvation, la 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 la, born with his mercy, washed in his blood. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Some of the words I didn't get right, but the essence is there. I just want to tell you what this evening has meant to me. I don't think I'll ever get over it. It was so touching to me to hear my friends and to be with you all in this wonderful city, and I thank you very much for honoring me.